Looks like we're doing another one of these again. Hey, a lot sooner than I wanted to as well. My drink of choice today is a cup of English breakfast, and I am eating some Old Gold roast almond, just to pick myself back up again before I get back moving. So I have this sneaky suspicion that every time I do one of these, I'm going to be talking about more or less the same shit, because I'm one of those people who gets worried about the same shit every time. I'm kind of over the sadness of it now. The past week, I've been on the off week of my medication, and so I've been fucking crazy. I've been crying for no reason, or when I think about stuff that actually makes me sad, I'm bawling my eyes out. And I know it's all hormonal, it's the hormonal changes of the medication and stuff. Today I'm back on the good pill. And so I'm back and I'm good, but I can't help but feel like I need to reflect on the things I was thinking about and the things that were worrying me about over this week, just so I can move on and have some closure. Now, I'm always going to be worried about the career path and the choice I made to try and make it as an artist. I'm always going to be worried about it. I feel it in my body. I was made to be a writer. I'm supposed to be writing novels. I'm publishing novels. That's my whole entity. That's my whole body. That's all of me. Everything I want to do is I want to be a writer. When people go to me oh, what job do you want to do? It's oh, I want to write and publish books. There's literally, in that space in my brain that says career path, it's the only one that's there. It takes up such a large portion. It's I want this so much. This is what I want more than anything else in the entire world. It's me. It's who I am. It's what I want to do. But I know it's going to be a long path to get there, and it's not exactly going to be quick. It's not going to happen anytime soon. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns and rocks and bumps and all that fun stuff, and I get to ride it all the way, baby. But I'm sure I'll live. But my biggest worry about it recently is, since I've been on the TikTok scene for almost 4 weeks now, in my For You page, I'm getting a lot of other writers and stuff, and someone was saying that they sat in on a panel, and the person on the panel said one manuscript from the slush pile gets published every 3 years. I just thought it was ridiculous. But not only that, I've been coming across so many other writers who were trying to break into the publishing industry as well, and I have this, I'm in fear. I'm a little bit in fear, because these are all the people I'm up against. These are all the manuscripts I'm up against. It's not the pool of people who want to do this is so much bigger than I expected it to be. It seems to be a bit of a trending career to want to pursue. And I'm a little bit concerned about myself for it, because I'm constantly oh yeah, I've got the gall, I've got the guts, I'm going to push through and I'm going to keep doing it. But this past week, and I know that my hormones have been crazy this past week, but I've been all, oh my gosh, can I actually do it? Can I actually stand in the face of all these rejections and look my competitors in the eye, and can I do this? And I know I can. I was having a rough week, but all things to consider. My degree has made me want to pursue traditional publishing more than anything. That's the main goal, right? That's what I'm trying to work towards. And that's not to shit on anyone who's self-published, but that's what I'm trying to do. I feel self-publishing might be something I could do later down the track if I'm not getting where I want to be going. And I understand that if my first novel doesn't get greenlit, I'll have to write many more, and I'm going to be writing these stories regardless. But to have so many manuscripts sitting in the pile of things that are ready to go and ready to be published, but just getting them to say no and having to write the right story, and once I've written the right one, maybe it'll be easier to pitch the other ones. I'll be well, I've already done this I've already done this successful story. It's been published. I'll be able to publish something else that won't take me a million years to write the first draft, or the draft I give to them first, and they can just give me the changes. But I've just been really thinking about it, and so I've been thinking about not that I'm looking for a way out. This is what I'm pursuing. But I kind of had these moments of, well, should I be pursuing something else in the meantime? Like, I need to make money and all that fun stuff. And I'm working my part-time job at the supermarket. And I'm even thinking about looking for like a higher up position in there and working my way up the ladder there, because I've been there 7.5 years. I was thinking about trying out for 2IC or like duty manager or something, because then that way, if I'm looking for another job again after that, it'll look better on my resume as someone who's worked a higher up position than what I'm in currently. But I had this moment of, no, this is what I'm meant to be doing. I'm meant to be a writer. I'm meant to be doing this. There's nothing else I'd rather do. Then I also had this crazy thought. I was all like, oh, if I wasn't an artist, I'd probably be in dentistry. I think that's the other choice I would have made, the non-arts path. To think that there's like an alternative reality where I'm like a dentist or a dentist's apprentice, that's fucking wild. I think that's so weird. It's so... I can't even imagine it. In an alternative reality, I'm making more money than I am now. I'm also a bit of a musician as well. I love playing tunes, and I had this moment of, oh well, if I'm looking for something to put a little bit of energy into and to, make a bit more money than what I'm gonna be making as a writer who's not like published or anything. Like, I've got published pieces, but I haven't made money on them at all. Like, I could work on my music a little harder and look for some gigs. I know all the right people to make it happen. It would be a lot of hard work though, because I'm trying to be better than I currently am. There's only so much I can do currently. I reckon I have what it takes to run like an online business, but all of a sudden these are all things that detract from the writing I want to do in order to get to where I need to be. It's a struggle. It's, money, man. It just takes up our whole lives. What's also been piling up on with my nerves and stuff is I recently just learned that Australians make no money off of TikTok. Like with the Creators Fund or something. Whatever it is they do where you get pays per view or whatever. Australia's not part of it. Not yet, at least. And I was all like, damn, I'm putting all this effort into it because I'm trying to promote my writing and my craft and all of that fun stuff. Again, just trying to work on my writing and stuff. But, to make a little bit of money, and it's not going to happen on TikTok. Not yet, at least. I think there's been a lot of controversy around it at the moment, and I wonder if TikTok's going to get there eventually, and Australia will be part of that, because we have a lot of content creators here in Australia. But I know I'll live. I know I make enough money from my part-time job to afford the place I live in and to afford groceries and all that stuff. But it would be nice to have a little bit of extra money for things like buying books and clothes, because at this point I have enough money to cover all my good funds and stuff, but I don't get to spend any money on myself, and it would be nice. It's nice to spend a little bit of money on yourself. I've been thinking about offering my services as like a paid beta reader or like a structural editor on something like Fiverr. And I don't know how much I'd get paid or how many contracts I'd get doing that. But reading people's unpublished manuscripts would, make me a bit of money. But, I'd also get to see what I'm up against, I'm not trying to be evil about it, but it would be interesting to see what else is trying to get onto the market and assess my own work in comparison. It was one of the things I loved about university. I loved getting to read my cohort's writing and get to go, hey, this was really good, but got some errors here, and I think to make the ending a little bit more sweeter, you should do this instead, or, change these two scenes around. So I reckon I could keep doing it and to make a little bit of money off of it, and it wouldn't cost me any money to edit it. It would purely be money coming back towards me. That would be good. And I think I'd put that money towards my craft and my writing, and I wouldn't like use it for bills or anything. It would be play money. It would be play money. There are so many options. What to pursue, what to do. There's a lot of hours in a day. It's just interesting. It's hard not to have money as a contributing factor to whether I do anything. I think it's rough at the moment for everyone. I know it's rough here in Australia, but not just in Australia, it's rough everywhere. At the end of the day, I know I want to be a writer, and I know I want to be a good writer. And so, everything I do is going to go towards that. Everything comes down to that. I'll get there. I know I will. We just have to have lows with our ups, don't we?